Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't actually made a video in a while because I've been focusing on business stuff. But in this video, I thought I would kind of explain to you guys how I taught myself about money. As I feel like everyone is preaching the words of, becoming financially literate, learning about business, living this, escape the 9-to-5 kind of life, but no one actually knows how to do it. And I didn't know how to do it about 7-8 months ago. Here I am now, with my own business, a thriving social media channel. I feel like I'm as financially literate almost as I can be, and I'm living life and I have my life goals set. So I'm going to try and help you guys sort of get on the same path that I'm on. And I'm not saying fully delve into entrepreneurship, but just understand a bit more about money, because the school systems don't teach it. So how else are you meant to learn it if it's not from your parents teaching it and stuff like that? That's how I think of it anyway. So in this video, I'm going to sort of explain the process of how I taught myself money in kind of a story fashion, starting from 7, 8, 9 months ago to where I am now. And of course include all the sources that I learned from so that you guys have the equal opportunity that I had. So I think I was in my second year of sixth form. Everyone was sort of deciding what they want to do later on in life. Well, most people were anyway. I think this was around December of last year. And I was in the same place as everyone else. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was considering MMA fighting for the rest of my life. I was considering being a fireman. I was considering being a media producer, but I was in the kind of stage where I was just spouting out any single opportunity that I thought I had, which I obviously didn't. And towards the end of December before Christmas, I think I stumbled across a TikTok video about books for money. And one of the books on that TikTok video was the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Literally the book that changed my life. And that kind of aligns with why I do make TikTok videos, because I started my entire journey on TikTok and I want to let other people start their journey by spreading the message. So this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I asked my mum for it for Christmas, although then I spoke to my dad and I found out that he actually already had this book, since he's a businessman, he does his own stuff in London. And he already had this book and he bought it way back when he started his journey and, never actually told me about it. And my dad never really spoke to me about business before I get the comment saying, you got a boost from your dad. No, it wasn't in his interest or anyone's interest to put me in the path of entrepreneurship. That was all done by myself. But the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad is basically a book teaching you the basic facts of finance, how the middle class deal with money, how the upper class deal with money, how the lower class deal with money, the difference between assets and liabilities and all this sort of crucial stuff. And it was basically a book about financial literacy, how to start investing, how to build up assets, how to not go down the 9-to-5 route, how the 9-to-5 route is kind of a trap, and all this kind of different stuff. And this book isn't the one and only answer to all your questions, although it does put you on the right path if you actually read it and consume it. And I also know it's seen as like a guru book now. All the traders and stuff have it in the background of their videos, but it is just a general book to financial literacy. So I read that book and instantly got hooked. I read it through my lunch times, through my break times at school. All my friends were playing pool whilst I was reading this book. I would get home and read the book instead of play on the Xbox. This book kind of just consumed my life for a period of time. I've never actually read a book, and I fucking hate books, to be quite frank, apart from that book. And then I sort of got into the path of financial literacy books and been reading ever since. And now I've never actually felt stronger about books, because I understand how books provide the sources of financial literacy and the knowledge that you don't get in everyday media, because it's from the OGs. A book is almost an insight to a person's mind and how they think for like less than £10. And I think that's pretty insane, because if that was in the form of like a course or something, that would be thousands of pounds. So take advantage of books, that's rule one. After reading that book and getting interested in the whole sort of aspect of money and business and stuff, I went what any other person would do and went straight over to YouTube, as I knew that was the platform that I was familiar with, and I know that you could learn any single thing you wanted to off YouTube. And I came across this unholy man known as Graham Stephan. He's a personal finance YouTuber who basically had the answer to all my questions. The first video I watched on him was, I think, the 7 passive streams of income of a millionaire. And it was along the line of the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and he basically explained what they are and how to get them. And that's kind of what got me hooked, which led me to find other YouTubers such as Andre Jick, Mark Tilbury, and a few other investing YouTubers. And I would watch their videos religiously. Even the boring ones that spoke about like the American housing market, which I didn't actually have any relevance with since I'm in the UK, but it still taught you the basic aspects of personal finance and that kind of stuff, which was interesting to me. And when it comes to investing, I actually kind of learned that from my dad. He would always speak about CFDs and how he would trade CFDs on this app called Bucks, I believe it is. And I wasn't even 18 at the time, so I could never actually open my own investing or trading account. But I would like to practice trade with fake money, and it gave me sort of all the stimulation that I needed, in a sense. And I always thought of CFDs as a bit of a gamble kind of thing, as you're essentially betting on whether a stock price is going to go up or down. And I thought you might as well just buy a bit of the stock itself, so you're actually in the company. Obviously a tiny little bit, which is when I opened my first trading 212 account under his name. But I traded on it, I practiced traded with fake money first off, and then I started investing in some real stocks like Planter, Apple, and just a few of the basics, but a tiny amount, like literally 20 quid's worth. But it just gave me a small taste of the market and just enabled me to understand how the stocks move and you know what the different buy and sell options are and stuff like that. And up until Christmas, I would constantly watch YouTube videos, read Rich Dad Poor Dad, learn about different investing, fake trading, all this sort of stuff, which got me more fired up than ever, and I really felt like I'd found what I want to do. And leading up to Christmas, I'd actually asked for a Christmas list which was literally just full of books. I'll actually try and put a screenshot up on the screen that I sent my dad at the time. And then on the 14th of January is when I posted my first TikTok video. It was the most embarrassing TikTok video of all time, but I was basically showcasing the books that I got for Christmas. Yeah, here you go.
Tell me you're a future millionaire without telling me you're a future millionaire.
Niggas know I keep a K with it. It's like a valley. Waving it. All my hips on the loose. Ain't no taming up. Step in the game and start changing it. Spin through your block, Tetris. Bend it. All the outs go to shot, back 'em.
I don't really know what it was, to be honest. It was basically just my way of showcasing the new journey that I was starting. And as I started getting into finance, I started learning about business and, you know, being in control of your own life and your own career and away from the 9-to-5 kind of stuff. And that is what any normal person would do. I went into online business, as that's the easiest form of business that you can start. And like anyone that's not qualified to start a full-blown business, you basically feed off someone else's business known as affiliate marketing, which is when I came across a program on TikTok called Legendary Marketer, which is basically an affiliating program that not only teaches you affiliate marketing, which then you can become affiliate for them, and the cycle just kind of continues. It's how you can start your own small business as a teenager, basically. And my TikTok quickly turned into posting a few videos of books onto just pure affiliate marketing content, as I was just promoting this course in order to try and make money off it. And it wasn't like this course was a scam or anything. I fully believed in it, and I'm sure a lot of people watching understand what course I'm talking about. It's just that I kind of grew out of it as I kind of overstepped that level of business. That was kind of very, very beginner. And I posted on affiliate marketing for about 4 months, and this taught me a lot about business. This taught me about sales, about copywriting, about funnel conversions, basically a lot of the factors that the Fortune 500 companies implement into their business, you know, to be successful. And I actually learned a lot about marketing from this literal $7 course, which I kind of find quite funny now because a lot of my friends are going to uni. Some of them are doing marketing courses, paying around $6K a year for the stuff I've already learned last year. And obviously the course hadn't taught me everything, but it had personally lit the fire in me, which I think is priceless because then it put me on the track to learning more and more stuff. So now I'm on the course to learning about personal finance, investing and business, and this $7 course was literally the start of my journey. But a big part I want to note about learning all this stuff is that I got addicted to the lifestyle. Starting off, I'd never read a book in my life that I was passionate about and actually wanted to read. I was making sure I read around 15 pages a day minimum. Instead of listening to music, I would listen to business podcasts, things such as The School of Greatness and Joe Rogan Show. And I would only listen to stuff that would actually develop me. I started watching informational stuff on Netflix rather than just shows. I started reading personal finance books at work when no one was watching. I would start planning out my days, constantly working on improving myself. And not because I felt like I was forced to do it, but because I took on a mentality that if you're not growing, then you're dying. And I still can't really think of another way to live because growing and developing yourself becomes really, really addictive. So we're in 2021, but the pandemic is absolutely thriving. I'm learning more about myself, about different personal finance books. I'm reading books like The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, Think and Grow Rich, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which I'll make a video about later because that book is quite insane. And at this point, I think I'd watch every single one of Graham Stephan's videos. I learn a lot more about the stock market, about compound interest, which by the way, when you learn about, you will literally never think the same about money ever again. This was also around the GameStop, Nokia and AMC hype, which is where I learned not how to invest and how you shouldn't get caught up in the hype of investing. And I did lose around £100, but I think the first time experience was kind of worth that. A few months into 2021 and I came to realize that property was a fantastic way to start building wealth and such an amazing career to go into. I started researching different methods, different property methods, going to YouTube, looking at different property YouTubers such as Samuel Lees, who actually teaches you a lot of stuff about property. I taught myself everything I possibly could and was on this journey for about 3 months. I was reaching out to different influencers, going on crash courses, considering buying very expensive courses, which I didn't end up doing. I'll explain why in a minute. Oh yeah, and I also had a property coach reach out to me because my TikTok was thriving. He offered me a sponsorship opportunity where I would post about his course and then he would give me the course for free, which obviously I took. And at the time of being stuck in property, I had a lot of different messages from different people talking about how a mentor can be very essential to having a successful career. Someone that you can call about a problem and get it sorted, for example. My dad is a businessman, he's a great mentor, but I wanted someone that was more stuck into the property market that knew it firsthand. And luckily, my dad has a good network of friends, and one of his friends is actually a multi-millionaire property investor within the city I live in, which kind of sounds too good to be true, and honestly, I know it is, but it was literally just a luck of the turn. So I did what I didn't want to do. I reached out and actually organized a coffee date with him, and we basically just went over everything property. Honestly, when meeting him, I was hoping to get sort of an apprenticeship kind of level so I could work under his wing, if you like. but he wasn't having any of that, as he was close to retiring and giving up his property game, so he couldn't really afford to take someone under his wing. But what he did give me was some valuable advice, which I'm taking on my entire life and implementing into every single thing I do. And I'll explain what that is. And I wrote it down and still live by it to this day. And he said the following kind of things, but obviously in different contexts. I've just sort of pinpointed it. Find something that works and figure out how to 10x it. Use failure and rejection to fuel progression. Write down all the skills I have and figure out a way to monetize them. Always remember that everyone is trying to sell you something, always. And finally, don't become a consumer, because then you're just like everyone else. So you can take these on board as well, implement them how you want into your life. Don't take my word for it, but there you go. And so a few months go by, we're in April, and I'd actually learned a lot from affiliate marketing. I probably made around 2K in 4 months, which was insane to me because I'd never made any money, not only alone from a business, but online before in my life. And with this money, I learned different bits and bobs about cryptocurrency. I bought a book on cryptocurrency called Blockchain, which I really recommend. I also watched a lot of YouTube on cryptocurrency, you know, because the hype was kind of rising around that, and started investing a portion of my income towards the crypto. And this is where I learned about different budgeting techniques and different saving tools, and decided to sort of tone down my affiliate marketing a bit and make my TikTok into just promoting and preaching personal finance and trying to teach other people my age different aspects of personal finance and how to be smart with their money, as I thought there was a big lack of that. Obviously, there's older people that talk to people about it on TikTok, but someone that's a similar age as a teenager, I think it's quite valuable. And also, the thing I was promoting on affiliate marketing got quite saturated, as me talking about a course to go and do, which then taught you how to do what I was doing, kind of a cycle that I kind of sabotaged myself in a way. But thank God I did, because this is where my TikTok like dramatically grew from around 50k followers to over 270k followers. And obviously I really sunk into my passion of money. I started getting brand deals from my TikTok, and I thought I'd finally decided what I wanted to do in my later life career. So I thought. When choosing a career, which is obviously an important part of your life, you know, your parents push you towards a career rather than doing nothing and saying, I'm gonna start an online business. I kind of had a few boxes I wanted to tick for myself. Number one, I wanted to get a job where I didn't only get paid on the time I worked, but on the efforts I delivered, such as commissions and stuff like that, aka sales. Number two, I wanted a job in a career that I would actually want to follow through with later down in life, aka Tesco's, because that teaches me zero skills for later life. And number three, I wanted a job within an industry that I actually wanted to progress in. So not one where, you know, I would sort of start skipping job. I wanted one where I could climb the ladder. And hey presto, I decided I wanted to be a property salesman. And throughout the course of June, I'd put a sexy suit on and I'd applied to 29 different estate agents within my local area. And if you're from the UK, that's anything from Connells to Whites to Savills to Middleton and Major. And I did get an interview offer from 5 of them, in which I ended up taking 2 of them, in which I ended up accepting none of them. And I'll explain why. And the jobs were as I expected. You start at the bottom as like an apprentice and you basically climb the ladder up the career path and, you know, make more of a name for yourself. But the thing that put me off accepting these jobs weren't the pay, as I valued the experience so much more than the pay, but it was the hours that you were required to work. And don't get me wrong, I understand that if you want to make a living and make a lot of money, you have to work a lot of hours. But through all the books and the journey that I was on, the one message that stuck with me is that time is more valuable than anything. And if I was working from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night, Monday to Friday, and every other Saturday, and have one day off on Sunday, that means I would have one day to relax and, you know, be myself, which meant that I would have no time to focus on my actual personal goals and my different side hustles and stuff. And I was basically giving away a massive portion of my life to this company. And working 9 to 5 was one of those messages that kind of just stuck in my head, and I always told myself to avoid that as much as possible. And I kind of taught myself a lesson. I taught myself how to value myself, and I didn't fall in this trap which many of the Gen Z do, which is just tunnel vision on money, where they completely disregard, you know, the hours that they're going to have to work and the time they can't spend with friends and family and their actual life that they want to focus on. All they think about is money. And I had to kind of take a step back and look at it as like a bird's eye view and understand what I actually wanted. I wanted multiple different streams of income, and I'm glad I made that decision, because I'm a young person, I'm still exploring my decisions. And then a few months ago, I kind of fell into the world of social media marketing. I know that I needed to start making money some way, and I really didn't want to get a job, so I decided to start a business in what I was good at, marketing, from affiliate marketing and social media, because social media. And social media was quite good as per to affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing you get paid based on the results that you deliver, whereas social media marketing you get paid on a monthly retainer, assuming you are still obviously delivering the result. I also had my personal brand as my TikTok and stuff, and different case studies that I'd been doing in the past with different restaurants and whatnot, so I kind of had stuff to back this up. And here I am today. I've got around 4 different sources of income. I'm running my own startup social media marketing business, which you can support me if you want, with the links in the description. I'm having new business ideas every single day, learning about what people's problems are and the ways that I can solve them. I'm watching daily videos on crypto to stay updated, teaching over 270,000 people about money and personal finance, getting tens of messages a day asking for advice and support, investing the right amount of income for my future, budgeting the right amount, building an investment portfolio, as well as networking with more and more like-minded people and reading around a book a month. And if you don't know what book to start reading, take a look at this list on the screen, take a screenshot and just pick one. And this isn't to say I've achieved everything, because I've practically achieved nothing, but what I'm trying to say is I've started my journey and I know the path that I'm on, and I feel like I'm on a successful and happy and developing path, if you like, towards a bright future. And I want as many people to be on this path as possible because it's a good feeling. And this is just sort of the story of how I awakened myself to this kind of life as far as I've come, and the different aspects I take every single day to put towards a richer life. So if I'm gonna summarize this video in the ways that I taught myself money, I would say you can find everything for free. Courses will be put in front of your face every single day, but it's your job to completely avoid them, because if you become a consumer, you're just like everybody else. Learning from experience, like Nike says, just do it, is the best thing you can possibly do. Just open a brokerage account, start investing in shitcoins, learn from it. Just go out and have a coffee date with a millionaire. Just start that social media account and build a personal brand. Just start that online business and let the failure and the rejection fuel you. And just do things you don't think you should, because going against the grain is going against what most people do. And basically just stop procrastinating. If I didn't make that first TikTok video, I wouldn't be on the journey I was on. I wasn't gonna make it because I was quite self-insecure. Going to a school with a bunch of people you know, there's always that chance that you're gonna get the piss taken out of you. And finally, social media is your biggest friend as well as your greatest enemy. There's so much useful information on there, but there's also so much shit on there. So be careful with what you trust and be smart with what you try to avoid. Oh, and last but not least, read a book. I promise you, read an actual good book. It will genuinely change your life.